Welcome back to Mind Trick Media. Today, as you can see, everybody's still sick, so we're back at these again. Today we're doing a tier list, and it's gonna be like duels, fights, so just kind of lightsaber duels, and yeah, we're gonna be saying if they're S tier, A tier, D tier, fucking terrible, no, just Steve Carell, no. So let's get this started.
I think every single one of these is a lightsaber fight except for one.
And it's kind of still a lightsaber fight, but it's one of them don't have a lightsaber.
There's lightsabers within it, but it's not a light. Actually, there is a lightsaber fight within it. It's very brief. Anyways, getting started with the first one. We have Count Dooku versus Anakin Skywalker in the Clone Wars movie when they're rescuing Rada the Hutt. Rada, right? Or am I tripping?
Yeah, Rada. Yeah.
I think that the best part of this fight is the dialogue between the two of them.
I mean, when you're 8 hours into a movie and this is the scene you're watching, it's kind of
no. I think like the dialogue in the scene where Dooku's just pressing Anakin about how he's from Tatooine and he was a slave and this and that. I kind of think like the dialogue was there with the scene, but
he was like, if I remember correctly, he was talking like mad shit. You're from here, aren't you, boy?
I also think the force like gust of like dust that he blows at Dooku was kind of cool, that he used the elements around him. But as a lightsaber duel, I don't think it was the greatest thing in the world.
It was just whatever. Like there was not, in reality, not really high stakes.
I like what you said, where it was like, you watch an entire movie and then we get this at the end, and you're like,
yeah.
That's how Clone Wars did not start off with a bang.
Yeah, like.
Especially when it was the end of one story.
I like the shit talking too, though.
Right. Like I said, dialogue's there. I don't think the fight is necessarily
great. Is it B or C?
I'm thinking C.
Yeah, there's some really good fights, so let's go C.
Yeah, there's some really good ones. So also, right. Clone Wars movie, we have Ventress versus Ahsoka for the first time. Ahsoka gets her ass kicked. Yeah. Really fast. This fight did not last very long at all.
This was like a good introduction to Ventress, and just like without knowing who she is, knowing what she's about, and like
right.
Yeah, like we never seen this character. I remember like being slightly terrified of Ventress as a kid. just like I don't remember when it started and when it stopped. I just remember seeing her and just being like.
I think we briefly talked about it before in one of the random episodes we've done, but like I still, not to this day, it's been a while, but I've had a reoccurring nightmare about Ventress.
Honestly, it's a podcast. Go for it. Need this one.
Well, I'm like her bounty, and she's just after me. And obviously the people aren't going to know because they don't know what our living room looks like, but she literally like dives through the window in the living room. And then she's just like trying to kill my ass. So
I don't remember this.
Yeah. But again, like as a fight, not great. I think it belongs in C tier as well.
Yeah.
All the Ventress stuff, great. It going with Ahsoka, just not there.
Oh shit!
What? Are you still just laughing at my dream?
She jumped through our specifically our living room window.
Well, for the people, we have the living room, and it's just basically the entire wall is a window on the one side, and she just like slashes her lightsabers and dives right through the window.
Former living room.
Well, almost former mine too. So. I have it in C after the Anakin.
Yeah,
Dooku. I think
it's whatever.
The dialogue with Anakin and Dooku is like really good, and there's just nothing special about this at all. Honestly, I could put it in the D tier, to be honest with you.
Mm, at least there's stakes.
I mean, yeah. All right, that's fine. We'll keep it there.
We'll just keep it there.
So the next one, we're with Ahsoka again. She's fighting Grievous, and this is the first interaction they have with each other. I think they only have like just a couple interactions. I don't think it's very often.
No, because she's always with
But
Anakin, and they don't
right,
want Grievous to go after Anakin.
yeah, because of the dialogue in the third movie. I think this fight was very menacing from Grievous. It like really showed Grievous being as scary as he is when he's fighting a 14-year-old.
Yeah, like you see, like I feel like Grievous has this image attached to him that he's like a bitch, and like he's not a bitch, but at the same time he's like also a monster.
Right, absolutely. And I think this one really, really shows that with Grievous.
He knows he doesn't have force abilities, and he chooses to run, and I don't blame him.
I also like how this is like a very long, extended fight. It's not like all just like these two. These two are just really quick and to the point, and this one's really not. Like there's like other stuff going on. It cuts to the part A, part B parts of the story, and it's a continuous fight for a very long time during the episode.
Yeah.
I don't want to get all picky in here with like A-, B+, B-. I don't want to do all that.
It's B-.
Really?
What are you feeling?
I was feeling A-.
Oh. But I say we sit in B then. I mean, that's fine.
Well, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. But
yeah, it's not an A tier fight. It's better than the last two though. So
yeah, that's the thing. I think it's significantly better than the first two that we've done so far.
Yeah.
But with some of the other ones we're going to do later, it's obviously not there.
Yeah.
But moving on to the next one, we have Luminara and Ahsoka. Ahsoka's just taking the spotlight right now. Luminara, Ahsoka versus Ventress.
See, like, yeah, I remember this fight, but I don't exactly remember this fight.
Luminara gets her ass kicked really bad. Ahsoka's still super young, fighting against Ventress, and she's still absolutely no match for Ventress.
Yeah.
I think it's better than the two in C tier.
Yeah, because like the fight
I think it's better than the two in C tier. There's more meaning to the fight, and it's also just a better, longer fight versus the other two. Mm-hmm. But I don't think it's anywhere near the one that we put in B tier.
Oh, so you're putting it in C?
Yeah.
It's not a memorable fight at all.
No, and like we said, I don't want to be all picky with like B-. It might be a B-, maybe a C+ if we were getting that picky with it. But I mean, it could go in B. Do you want it to go in B? It would be like towards like we'd probably be getting in the back end of some of this stuff. But
no, because like it that's the thing. Like it's so not memorable. I remember the other two fights, but
well, we just covered this.
I mean, yeah, but like yeah, I think C's fine.
Yeah,
at the front of C.
So, moving on to the next one, we have Kit Fisto versus General Grievous. In this scene, they are like trying to raid Grievous's lair that he has, and Grievous had just killed Kit Fisto's Padawan. And it's like the iconic scene where he ignites the two lightsabers opposite of each other, and he's like holding his Padawan's lightsaber and fights with it.
This is a dope ass scene.
Yeah, I think so too.
But I don't think it's an A tier fight.
I mean, that goes back to the point where I kind of think the meaning of the episode with Kit Fisto's Padawan dying means a lot. This fight specifically, this scene, it isn't very long. but I do really like the episode in Grievous's lair. But as a fight, I don't think it's that great.
I think it's B.
I think it's B behind Ahsoka and
Yeah, like
Grievous.
that. There's like that iconic picture of like the two backwards, but like, yeah, and there's
Yeah.
like a big water gust behind him and stuff. Like it's a really nice shot, but yeah, like it's okay.
Right. So
Oh,
heading
these
down
disgusting
to
fucks.
yeah, talk about nightmares. um, gross, grosses me out. So we have Ahsoka again and Barriss, and it was after the Battle of Geonosis, this like the second Battle of Geonosis we see in the Clone Wars. And these little like worm thingies like go inside
Fucking
you and
parasites,
possess you.
dude.
Yeah, parasites they possess you, and they kind of have like a little fight where there is a lightsaber duel. It's not like very long because I think Ahsoka just disarms Barriss pretty quickly.
This fight's kind of shit.
Yeah, I love the like arc itself, but the fight is not great. Like
Yeah.
it's not really a fight. It's kind of just, oh, I'm running away from you.
I'm trying to think of stuff that we're gonna see. If I want to put this in C or D.
Well, from a dueling perspective, I don't think it's great, but from an episode perspective, I think it's really good. I really like the interaction with like the parasites like multiplying themselves and like taking over all
They're
the
fucking
clones and
gross.
stuff like that. Right. I mean, it's a really good episode, really good arc. But as a duel, if we're going based off of just duels, I don't think it's good at all. I mean, I don't.
I think it's terrible. No. Yeah, no. I'm gonna leave this up to you. It's either C or D. Like it's it's pushing D.
I think it's D.
Yeah, it's
Like,
not great.
I just think that there's nothing really there. If we're just dual perspective, that's it. It's not great.
All right,
So,
the dark saber.
you want to take it this one? Take this one?
No, you're good.
No, you got it. You want
I'm trying to
about it so
remember.
bad?
I always get their names confused because the family name is just there's so many of them. Is this Paz Vizsla?
That's why I wanted you to take it.
There's so many like of the same people that like
I mean, it's all Vizsla. It's the Vizsla family. But
no,
yeah,
it's not.
I'm not.
Wait, it's not Paz because Paz is the guy that's in the Mando, isn't it?
I don't know.
That's the like blue guy at the end that like sacrifices himself. Yeah, it's Clan Vizsla, but I don't. Which one is it?
I feel like they said Prince Vizsla in the episode, to be honest. But I feel
or like
that's
pre
not right.
Vizsla or something like that.
I feel like pre doesn't make sense.
I think his name's Pre.
Anyways, first time we see the Darksaber. It was real funny
is
because
his
they
name.
had taken over
It's Pre Vizsla.
Pre.
Pre Pre Vizsla.
Okay. They have Obi-Wan as like a prisoner, and then Obi-Wan's like, "Oh, if you guys are the warriors you say you are, you'd give me my weapon and this and that." And then they have like a little duel between the two of them.
For Saltine.
Yeah, for not being force sensitive and him like, I don't want to say Obi-Wan was like 100% trying, but like, it was a pretty good duel for a non-force user.
Yeah, I
least that
remember
one.
liking this duel.
Right.
How much do I like it?
Well, it's like, all right, again, I don't think this one was very long.
It wasn't.
Um,
I'm feeling middle B.
Again, with the Ahsoka Grievous fight, I just feel like that's like an A minus.
That's what I'm
Because I
saying.
feel
It's like
it mean-
middle B.
It like means so much to like, you have the third movie before they made the Clone Wars, and you literally have the dialogue with Anakin that's, General Grievous, you're shorter than I expected, and it's because he never saw him in the Clone Wars. He only went based off of Ahsoka's perspective. And Ahsoka didn't fight him very much, especially like here, she's 14 fighting him, and he's huge compared to her. So it's like, all right, I feel like that just has a lot of meaning that carries over into the movies that we like. I guess we don't get to see Ahsoka in the movies, but like still.
That's why I'm feeling middle B. Split those B's in between. That's what I'm feeling. I don't know about you. I think it's a little bit better of a duel than the Kit one, but I don't think the implications mean as much.
Right, and I mean honestly, from a dueling, yeah, I'm fine with it being there. All right. So this is a horrible picture, but
this is the first time we see Maul. Well, the first time we see Maul like ignite his lightsaber.
Yeah. The first time they introduced themselves to the Jedi.
This is the fight on Tatooine. At last, we reveal ourselves.
Talk about meaning behind a fight. This is literally the reveal.
Yeah, but this was another 2-second fight.
Yeah.
I have no clue where to put this. I don't think it's A.
I don't think it's A either.
Is it better? I think it's better than everything in C. Is it better than the Kit Fisto fight?
I think so.
Is it better than Obi-Wan versus Pre?
I think it's in between the two of them.
Again, I can rock with that.
Again, like you said, it's super short. Not much is going on. It's the reveal, but from a dueling perspective, it's like, not much happened. But, all right, talk about another non-Force user that actually used the lightsaber relatively well. Cad Bane versus Obi-Wan.
My dad, Cad.
Okay.
Cad Bane is such a fucking cool character, dude.
I love Cad Bane. He's my favorite bounty hunter.
There's like so many good ones, but there's like a tier above a tier.
From a dueling perspective, does the duel necessarily have to be lightsaber fighting? Because if not, and we're also counting their duel like hand-to-hand combat, this is a pretty good fight.
Yeah.
Like the extended scene where he disarms Quinlan Vos. He has Quinlan Voss's lightsaber. He's fighting against Obi-Wan. Like, he doesn't have the lightsaber fight for very long, but he's, like, just kicking the shit out of Obi-Wan.
I still don't think we've scratched A yet. I don't think it's A. I think it's the front of B. I don't think it's A yet.
Definitely.
There's so many, like, good ones coming.
I definitely think it's the front of A. Or front of B.
But I don't think it's A. Because I think there's fights that are not S tier, but they're better than everything in B.
I mean, I think, like, A minus would be definitely where this is.
Yeah, and, like, it's also because it's not, like, meaningful. It's just a cool fight.
There's no meaning behind it at all, I don't think.
Yeah, because I feel like there's, like, A is, like, good fight with meaning. S is, like, fantastic. B is, like, good meaning or good fight. And then C is kind of, like, they fought. D is, like, this sucks. And then there's going to be a couple that go in this bottom one and probably going to piss some people off, but...
Okay. We have Anakin and Obi-Wan versus Ventress, and I believe that this is the scene where Count Dooku casts her aside and tries to kill her and saying, "You're not my apprentice anymore." So I think it's the scene on the ship that is currently blowing up where they're having this duel. She beats the shit out of them.
Yeah.
She force chokes Anakin. The meaning for her is really, really deep.
This is life or
lost
death.
Everything. Yeah. You think we cracked A? I think Anakin and Obi-Wan versus Ventress is always a good duel, fighting wise, and then this one has significant meaning for
Yeah, but
Ventress.
I think it's A minus, but I don't know which way to put it.
I think we scratch the A. I think we scratch the A because it can be at the end of A, but when we're all said
Yeah,
and
I
done.
feel like, and that's another thing too. I feel like we can go over at the end and like maybe pull stuff up and down. Hey, it's a really good fight.
So the next fight we have Ventress trying to get her revenge back on Count Dooku,
See, I think this is a
where
really good fight.
really good fight.
I like this
Um,
fight. So, you want to
so
explain?
no, you can go ahead.
So
You got it.
basically, like Ventress and a couple Night Sisters use some magic, and they basically go into and sneak into Dooku's penthouse. Is this
Yeah.
on? Oh, I am blanking. Fire me. Sereno.
Yes.
I think it. Yeah, I think it's on Sereno. Um, they go into his basically his bed, and they fight him, but fight him blind because they're invisible. And
Well, they're invisible, and they also they're invisible, and they also like tried to dull his like force sensitivity with this like dart they shot at his neck,
yeah, they like poisoned him, and he
and like
still kicks ass.
yeah, he can't even see them, and he's
Fucking
just still
belt to ass, dude.
yeah, like literally like even we talked about before. Ventress is super underrated, and she hasn't made it to like her full potential point, I don't think. But like when she makes it to the book we've covered, she's like really powerful, and she still is really powerful here. And he just dogs her, dude.
Yeah, the other Night Sisters are basically nothing.
Yeah. Liabilities at that point. Maybe that's why Ventress wasn't doing good because they were just liabilities.
I don't know.
What are you thinking rank wise?
It's B plus or A minus.
Really? No. I think it's better than that.
Well, then it's A.
When you talk about meaning, I think it has more meaning than the one we already put in A. And then on top of that, we have a sick duel where Dooku's just amazing.
I mean, yeah, this would end the Separatist. In a way.
I mean, if anything, I wouldn't say A minus. I would say A plus. To be
Oh
honest,
no, I don't think
I,
A plus. I think A.
I think it's absolutely before this one. Any rebuttal?
Yeah, now saying like thinking back to what I said, I don't know why I said A minus B plus. I meant to say A or A minus, but
So the next one we have another scheme made up by Ventress where she and the Night Sisters trained an assassin, basically,
Savage.
to take out Count Dooku. Like Savage becomes Count Dooku's apprentice for his replacement of Ventress, just to find out that Ventress is using him to try to kill Dooku. I think the meaning behind this fight significant. The actual fight, I think Dooku demolishes them really quickly.
Yeah, it's kind of a common theme.
Also, this fight should have been, in my opinion, significantly longer than it was. Like, I feel like this fight just got shut down real quick. And I think that was really poor writing. I think you had the opportunity to be like, all right, you actually have a really strong, force sensitive being in Savage. You have Dooku and Ventress going at it for, I think, the first time. I think this fight should have been a lot more in general.
Yeah, like I don't remember it being like as enough like weight behind it. Like I remember like I feel like all the characters were kind of numbed besides Dooku. And like I guess
Right, and
that
then
shows his power, but I feel like they made
yeah, and
him a
then
little too powerful for that scene.
well, you also have him just turn on Dooku because Ventress is like, "Oh, you're mine now," and then all of a sudden, Dooku says something that's like snaps Savage out of it, and then he's like, "Oh, you used me, Ventress," and then it's like 1v1v1,
Yeah.
and I think it could have been so much more.
Yeah.
So rank wise, what are you thinking? I think meaning significantly high. I think with what we got, with what could have been, is kind of poor comparatively speaking.
B.
I mean, it's still cool. I think B as well.
Where in B? It's not.
I
Is
think
it
in
better than the
between
pre-fight?
than which fight?
Pre in Obi Wan.
I think it's in between that one and Ahsoka and Grievous.
Yeah. It's either right before that or right after it.
I think it's in between because I still think the meaning is there, and then the duel isn't bad, but it's just like I feel like it could have been like almost a whole episode dedicated to this. You got three force wielders just going at it to the
Also,
throat,
we
one v
didn't
one v one.
we didn't mention it. Obviously, you guys can see this A tier where it says Obi Wan and Anakin. I don't know why the person who made this misspelled his name, but we laughed about it for 8 minutes trying to get a hold of ourselves. But yeah, so if you question why that's wrong and it's Anakin, yeah, that wasn't on us. But
Yeah, we didn't do that. We just found this online. All right, so moving on to the next one, you have Grievous
it's like we just gave this thing
going.
like a giant middle finger.
You have Grievous just going to Dathomir and annihilating the Night Sister race.
Yeah.
Um,
This was the scene from.
we got to see more of it in the Tales of the Empire
Yeah,
show.
but this is from the Clone Wars, isn't it?
This is from the Clone Wars,
Oof.
which he also kills Mother Talzin. Well, I guess kills is I don't know if I got the background blurred. I don't know if they can see my fingers, but like
I don't know. I didn't see you do it.
well, it's funny. Anyways, but like kills is like an interesting word because I feel like her spirit was still there.
Mm-hmm. They're witches.
Yeah. But meaningful, yes. Kind of menacing as hell, yeah.
Good.
Um yeah, there wasn't I feel like from a dueling perspective, there wasn't very much dueling going
There's a lot
on.
of blind screams. You're hearing a bunch of bad shit, but not seeing a bunch of bad shit.
Yeah, you kind of just droids are shooting down the Night Sisters. Grievous kills a couple of them, and then he
Yeah.
stabs Mother Talzin. And it wasn't bad, but a dueling perspective, there wasn't really much dueling.
Tuffy.
So I'm thinking end of B.
That's kind of where I was thinking too.
But it's just the scene really cool, really meaningful. Not a lot of dueling going on.
Yeah, it was more of like a slaughter.
Yeah, which is, I mean, kind of cool, but.
It's okay.
Okay, so moving on, we have this is Obi-Wan versus Obi-Wan and Ventress versus Darth Maul.
This is where he loses his lightsaber, doesn't he?
Yeah, and he uses Ventress's red lightsaber.
Yeah. I always really liked this episode.
Yeah, I mean it's one of the first episodes back, or the first episode back, where Maul reveals himself to Obi-Wan and calls him out. slaughters like a village of people right in front of them and records it to send to the Jedi Council. Kind of crazy. Meaningful, yes, absolutely. The team up with Ventress, unexpected.
They're so flirty.
Yeah. They're like, I'm gonna need that back. He's like, that's fine. Red's not my color. I think it's really good. I'm kind of thinking as well this would go in like the A-.
Yeah.
Do you think it's better than the Anakin? I tried to say it different, but I really couldn't. Anakin versus Obi-Wan. Anakin Obi-Wan versus Ventress. Do you think it's better than that or worse than that? I think it's better.
I low-key think better, but it's starting to make me think that fight should be in the B.
Like you said, we can revise it later.
Yeah,
but
I think it's better. I enjoy this fight more.
Right. Okay, moving on to the next one, we have Savage and Maul versus Obi-Wan.
Whose lightsaber does he have?
Oh, why'd you ask me?
I can't remember how he gets the other one.
It was a Jedi Padawan that got killed.
Yeah, I don't remember how he gets it. Like, yeah.
Or maybe it wasn't the Padawan. Maybe it was the knight that was with him. They killed the other Jedi. I know that for sure.
This was a good fight, too.
Significance? High. Obi-Wan entering God mode? Yes.
The chosen man.
Yeah, I think this fight was really good.
That 4-second pause. It's Obi-Wan. Jesus Christ.
So, I'm thinking A.
I think it's better than... Yeah, I think it's fun.
Yeah. Alright. I think meaning's higher than this one. Because Ventress is just out for vengeance. But, dude, Dooku 3v1 and he can't even see.
Yeah.
His senses are dulled and he still just whoops their ass. Like, yeah.
You ready for this one? S. Stamp it. Duel of the Fates. No need, but we're going to anyway.
It literally...
This is what makes this movie a movie.
Well, this is what makes Star Wars. Chronologically.
Dun dun!
They're going to keep going.
No. Yeah, dude, I just...
Without this fight and without Qui-Gon's death, the story could be significantly different.
The landscape is just... Yeah. Dude, it's such a... Like, the music, the movement, the choreography, same thing, but you know what I mean? The cinema, like, it's just... It's such a good fight, and I think they have a really... Like, the actors were really good, and... There's so much, like... You can, like... I wish I was there when it first came out.
Yeah, neither one of us were alive.
Yeah, like I would love to.
You weren't even alive for the second one.
Yeah, you're dating me here, man.
Alive. I was barely alive for the second one.
Yeah, like I don't think there's anything to say. Like it's
there's no Star Wars without that.
Yeah.
Chronologically.
This is a good fight too.
Yes. We got Pre Vizsla.
This is the fight for the Darksaber.
Yeah, being challenged by Maul for the Darksaber to control Mandalore. This is that fight.
I think the meaning behind this fight is high, and I think the effect of this fight is also high.
And also going back again to Pre Vizsla, I mean, he's got to have like some kind of force sensitivity, or his
He's just
metachlorine
a
count's at
G,
least
dude.
high.
He's a bitch, but he's a
Or
G.
he's got to have like a high metachlorine count at least, because dude, he like goes toe to toe for a minute against Darth Maul, one of the
I think
best.
this is an
That
A.
was yeah. I mean, I think
I
it's
think it's
either. I think
better
it's the
than the
begin.
Obi-Wan Anakin fight with uh Ventress.
Oh, I'm thinking it's a lot higher than that.
I don't think it's as good as the second tier or the second one in A.
This one.
Yeah, I don't think it's as good as that one. This one has a little bit
I
more
think it's.
meaning, but
I think
I
it's
like
on
that
par.
fight better. I think it splits them. Yeah, I think it's a good spot. A lot of Maul up there.
There's gonna be more Maul up there. All right, so we got Darth Sidious going and confronting Darth Maul and Savage.
S tier fight.
Oh yeah,
This is an
Not
S tier
even-
S fight. This is very late in the Clone Wars. I have no clue what season. This fight's fantastic, and the implications are high-low. I don't even know how to explain it. Like they're high in the sense that things that could happen, but like based off of what did happen, the stakes were kind of low. Like it was so in between, but like the fight is so good.
I think it's crazy that we get to see Darth Maul go toe to toe combat wise with Sidious the entire fight until Palpatine starts using Force abilities.
I mean, it just
Like-
shows you the raw like Palpatine was toying with him, being like, "I'm not going to use anything besides my sword," and then it was like, "All right, fuck this."
Well, right. I mean, dude. I mean, Palpatine put in so much effort in this fight because he wanted to toy with him.
but he did it
Maul
with a
was.
smile on his face. So I don't know how much effort there was.
I think there was a lot of effort still, but I think it's definitely S tier. Like you said, the
Ooh,
meaning
it
is
better
high.
than. I think the meaning of the other fights higher.
Well, we
Obviously.
were talking earlier about like duel versus meaning, and technically this is a dueling thing, but like also like I think they're like on par with each other.
No, I do think where we have it's right. I think it's a step below.
I think they're on par with each other, but I'm cool with it either way.
All right.
Okay, so the next one we have Ahsoka versus Barriss.
This is before her trial, isn't it?
Yes,
Okay.
this is her running.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No,
Oh,
yeah, no.
it is. Yeah, it is.
I mean, not when she gets
Well,
caught.
Barriss is trying to, what do I want to say?
Barriss
Yeah,
is doing shady shit, and Ahsoka catches her.
Yeah, and she's trying to frame Ahsoka now, which is where it leads to everything going bad with Ahsoka.
Yeah, but like, here's the thing. Like, it has high stakes, but like, not. Like, it's the reason
wasn't-
Ahsoka leaves the Jedi in the end, but like, the individual fight didn't mean that.
I also don't think the dueling was that good either.
No, I think it's middle B.
I don't even think it's that high. I think if you take in a dueling perspective, I don't think this is great, hardly at all. I think it's beginning of C.
Really?
I
I
just
could
think
see
that
that.
there's
I
not
could see
much
like
there.
B minus.
I think beginning of C, just in general. I don't think there's much going on here. Lightsaber perspective, absolutely not. Yeah, I think it's C all the way. I think it's better than the Luminara fight, obviously, and then the other two is kind of just there.
Yeah. All right.
Um,
So we
yeah.
have Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Count Dooku. I love this fight.
This is when we find out that Sifo Dyas was still alive, and Dooku is like keeping him prisoner, and then kills him, and then they have a 2v1, and they needed like a 6v1 because they were getting their ass kicked, like ass kicked.
Yeah, Dooku knows how to play them.
I literally see this fight like once a week on like either Instagram or TikTok, and I think this fight is phenomenal. You have Anakin, which is an awesome offensive duelist. You have Obi-Wan, which is an awesome defensive duelist, and
then you have
Count
the
Dooku
duelist.
and Count Dooku literally puts Obi-Wan on the offensive and Anakin on the defensive. It's such a good fight. And then you have the pikes that are involved with the stuff going on, and then
The space.
Obi-Wan and Anakin find out that Darth Tyrannus is Count Dooku in this episode, in this scene.
I think this is like 1 or 2 in A.
I think it's S tier.
I don't think it is. I don't think it.
I think
it.
I think it's S tier.
I don't think
it's
it is.
behind
Mm-mm.
Tyler.
Put it at the front of A.
I
then.
think.
No,
I
because
wanted it S tier.
the problem is this fight isn't as good as like there's gonna be like 5 or 6 that go into S still that are way better than this fight. Because the meaning behind them or their choreo or something is better. I think this is the front of A.
Well, this is like where the tides turn. That leads into the next one that we're gonna talk about, where Yoda starts figuring some things out.
I think this one's in front of A.
If there was A plus, it absolutely is an A plus. I kind of feel like it still should be an S tier.
Well, here's the thing: is go to the next one. That's fucking S tier.
Yeah,
This is a better
think this
fight.
one- yeah, I think so too. You literally have.
You want to know something else? The next 2, the next 3.
Okay, let's slow a roll real quick.
S.
Okay, so you have Yoda going.
S. What are you doing?
I don't know.
This fight's fantastic. Yoda is
Yes.
on the brink of figuring out who
Well,
Darth Plagueis
also,
is.
what we're forgetting
Why did I say
is-
that?
Yeah, who Darth Sidious is.
Yeah.
This fight is also Yoda and Anakin versus Palpatine.
This is the
That's
Bane
also
episode too.
Yeah, like,
This fight's
One of the best.
fantastic.
yeah.
This is like in this part of like the back end of the Wills arc.
Yep.
Oh, dude, I don't know. I think it's at the front.
I think so too.
That's a fantastic and that's my thing. Like the problem with the A fight, the one we did before this, is I think it's a really, really good fight. I don't think it holds the weight that those other fights hold.
I don't know, dude. It's they find out that the clones were ordered by Count Dooku,
But like,
which leads to this. This is like the arc before this arc that leads to this arc, and
Yeah,
I
but,
think
like,
it
I don't
holds
think
significant value.
it does, but I think you're right. It's A plus, where this is
Oh, it
S.
absolutely is A plus.
That's why I think it's at the very front of A. Because there's gonna be more that go into S, and I don't think it's on par with the rest of them. This is an S
Alright.
fight.
This one,
This is a reason that these 3 episodes in a row are like a 9-8, 9-9, 9-9.
yeah.
This fight is
The only-
fantastic. Maul tells Ahsoka how the war is going to end. And she doesn't listen because it's Maul. And then she doesn't trust the Jedi. The visuals are perfect. Like, it's such a good fight. I remember
It
like
was the only fight. It was the only fight in the Clone Wars using motion capture.
yeah, I forgot about that. But on top
They
of it too,
brought back.
I was semi disappointed with the newest season of the Clone Wars because we got this character arc that meant absolutely fucking nothing with the sisters.
It basically was the middle 4 episodes that were just like, fuck that.
Yeah, and I was just like, we're not gonna get anywhere. And then they went
Like the
banger,
first
banger,
arc.
banger on the back end of it.
Well, the first arc was they were 4 episode arcs for each of them. The first one was Clone Force 99, which was really good. And then you bring in Ahsoka and the two sisters. Jesus Christ. And then you have the back end, the war on Mandalore, Order 66, just smack in the face, smack in the face, smack in the face, smack in the face. Awesome episodes. They ended it fucking flawlessly.
I think this is right, but I think this is number 2 in the S tier.
Yep.
That's not 2. You agree with that?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, dude, that's
like you said, like season 7 of the Clone Wars, animation, graphics, flawless. Fight, motion capture, awesome. Yeah, he's great.
S tier.
Okay, so we have Anakin and Obi-Wan versus Count Dooku for the second time in the third movie.
I mean, the second live action time.
Yeah, the second live action time. My bad.
I think this is S. I think the stakes are insanely high. The meaning is high. You see
The fall of Palpatine's apprentice and the rise of the new one basically starts
yeah,
right there.
and I mean, Obi-Wan's a little disappointing in the fight, but that was the point. He was supposed to be taken out early.
Right, it's to
and
show like, oh, Obi-Wan still can't match up to him, but Anakin severely progressed in his abilities.
yeah, and it's just so good.
Honestly, I'm thinking the end of S tier.
Yeah, I agree. It's not as good as any of the other fights.
No, I don't. I kind of don't think it's close. I think the meaning is very high, but as a duel, like you said, I feel like Obi-Wan was disappointing. Yeah, I think it's right there.
All right.
So we have
this fight's a meme.
Hello there.
I don't know. This is a weird fight to be on here.
Yeah, you have. It jumps around a lot in the scenes of this part of the movie, and Obi-Wan takes care of 2 lightsabers really quick. You get to see the 4 lightsabers. It looks really cool. It's live action. It still looks really good. I think meaning's really high because they talk about if they take out Grievous, it's the end of the Clone Wars, which, I mean, you know, everybody knows what leads to the next part.
Shucks.
But
Okay, it's A.
I think it's A,
But where?
and I think it's in between Pre Vizsla and
I think it's before Pre.
yeah.
I think it's.
Alright,
I
don't
think
know.
because of significance and live action, I think it's the one before Pre.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you got the live action aspect where it still looks phenomenal, and the meaning is really high. So yeah, I'm fine with that. Okay, we
So,
have Tales
I'm
of the
gonna
Jedi.
be a fucking hater. I'm putting this in no just now.
Well, ain't no way you're putting it in no.
Because
just no.
it pisses me off that they changed this.
Okay, I get it. So we have
This is
Jedi
unnecessary.
We have Jedi Count Dooku
Kind.
falling
I mean,
to the dark side. He's gone. He's fallen, fighting against Yaddle in Tales of the Jedi. I think the fight is a really good fight. I think it has very significant meaning. I do hate that they changed Legends to canon, which is why they did that. That's why they have Legends in canon. but I hate that they changed it and had Yaddle's death have a lot less meaning than what it does in Legends. Um, I don't think that actually takes away from how they wrote the canon story. I do think the canon story is still good. It does piss me off too.
So no, just no.
No,
See, no.
no. It is better than this. It's better than this. It's better than this. It's better than this. It's better than this. I think it's better than this. I think it's better than this. I think it's better than this.
Say that one more time. No. This is where we're starting to get tough.
Okay, I keep looking at this one and I feel like this is not where it should be.
I told you that. I said the front of B.
I don't even know if it should be in the front of B. I'm thinking third and B. Well, no, I'm thinking fourth and B.
I go from A to fourth. I told you there was bangers coming that just... It's got to be better than the one in front of it. It has to be better than the one with Dooku. No, dickhead, flip. Other way. It's got to be better than that fight. I think it's better than the other one. I don't think it's as good as the Cad Bane one.
I think this one at least goes here. I think it at least goes there, if not a little bit higher.
I say, is it higher?
I think it's higher. Also,
you put it there.
I don't know, dude. It's. We're definitely getting into the ones that are here. That's like,
Is it better than that Anakin fight? No, because it pisses me off. I would put it right behind that one. I think it's better than the Dooku Ventress Savage.
Alright, that's fine.
Or, I'm starting to think the Pre-Vizsla fight's better than this fight, too. Yeah, no, yeah.
Alright, we'll revise later.
Alright.
Okay, mate.
Put her up there. Put her up there. She is in between Ahsoka and Episode 1. No! Whoa! 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 She's in between Ahsoka and Duel of the Fates.
I don't think so. I think Duel of the Fates is better.
No! This fight choreography is fantastic.
I think the fight choreography we could have gotten was phenomenal.
Yeah, but okay.
I think it goes here. I think the Duel of the Fates has more meaning.
Then it has to have more meaning than the Ahsoka fight.
Yeah, but the Ahsoka fight is just a better fight.
This is a better fight.
What
are you even saying? Like, you said that. No. Sorry.
That's the bet.
I think that's where it goes, but...
Alright, that's fine.
When Palpatine fights, it's S tier. No.
Okay, Palpatine versus Yoda.
Oh, fuck. Ate my own words. I still think it's S tier. I think that's like a perfect spot.
Alright,
it's just when he has to fight, he's putting on an S tier performance.
Alright. The fight. Yeah. The fight in Star Wars. I think the fact that this is live action is insane.
Let's get the napkins and the lotion.
Yeah. Let's get them. Dude, I think it's the front of S tier. I think the fact that it's live action.
I don't know what else. What am I supposed to argue with that?
I don't think you can. I think the fact that this is live action and it's that good is insane. I have no more words. I think it's, yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie. Throw that next one up there too.
Cool. I thought we were gonna kind of argue about
Wait,
this one. To be honest,
which one is? Is this the first one?
that's the second. It's the second one.
Are you sure?
It is. Yes, it is episode 6
Well, you gotta clarify of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
If this is the second fight, are you
It is
sure?
the second one. Yes, because he's about to backhand him.
I think it goes in between Ahsoka and Mace.
Listen, this is probably the biggest hot take that we're gonna have, because people do not like this show.
I can even say what you want about the show. Go ahead. That fight's fantastic. I don't give a fuck.
The meaning in this episode is insane. Insane.
Is this
Not
better
even
than
a-
the Maul and Ahsoka fight?
I'm gonna say no, because the animation. I think the animation has the edge.
This is what I was talking about,
I
by the
think-
way. We've put like 8 in fucking a row up there.
Well, they put a lot of them in a row. That's phenomenal. All right, I'm curious to see what you're gonna say about the next one. So you have.
I'm
the
curious
third
to what
sister.
I'm thinking.
The third sister versus Darth Vader. When Darth
Vader's
Vader
a
just
dog in this fight.
Vader took down the ship that was escaping easily, destroyed it. The third sister finally decides to go after Darth Vader, and he literally stops the fucking lightsaber from spinning. He splits it in half because he's like, "You're not worth me using my own lightsaber for this fight."
Is it the
Cor-
front
cor-
of B?
Choreography perspective, there's not much choreography going on other than Darth Vader moving his hands and throwing her around.
The front of B?
Yeah.
I think it's the front of B. And that's all Vader doing his job.
I'm thinking we move. I'm kind of thinking we move this one here and then put this one here.
The
What?
problem is I think I like the fight between Ahsoka and Grievous the least of those 3. But it's more impactful and, like, probably better.
Right, I mean, this is just like a vengeance thing for the third sister.
Yeah.
Other than that, it doesn't mean hardly anything. We get to see Darth Vader be a fucking menace. Badass.
Yeah, but you also gotta think about the flashback scenes.
Right.
Those are
I think that's where it should go.
That's the one thing they did right about Reva's character.
Okay. So we have...
This is like the
so-
very first one, isn't it?
I believe so, yeah.
There's so many in a row from this show.
I think this is the first time Ezra gets to see the Grand Inquisitor.
It's a nothing but cake. I
What?
don't even know what I just said.
I have no idea what you just said.
This is a fine.
I think it would go in C with like the 3 that's just like whatever.
Yeah, I think
But
it's like...
where in the whatever do you want it to go? I'm thinking here.
Yeah, I mean, it's
'Cause
not.
I think that
it's
the
so whatever.
The dialogue in the scene, phenomenal. I still think the dialogue is carrying the scene a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think yeah.
I'm curious about this.
Okay,
next
so
one.
we have Kanan and Ezra thinking they took down Darth Vader, and then Darth Vader just almost kills Ezra with his own lightsaber. Like, that would have been a fast exit for Ezra if Kanan didn't throw a AT-AT at him.
in this,
or a
like,
TIE fighter.
isn't this like the famous scene where he's fighting Ezra and he's like, "I'm not afraid of you," and he's like,
Yeah.
"What does he
Then you
say?"
will die. Then you will die
You would-
braver
yeah.
than most.
You'll die braver than most. That might have just saved this from not being in C.
Oh, dialogue's awesome.
Before
I like before they even fight, where Ezra's like, "What is that? What is that feeling?" And Kanan turns and's like, "The cold." And I don't know, dude. Like the dialogue was phenomenal in this scene. I think it was phenomenal.
Is this
So, anyways, what
towards
were
the
you
front
saying?
of B? Is it better than the Cad Bane fight?
Yeah.
Is it better than? I think it's right behind the the Kenobi show fight.
I'm not gonna argue. I think that's fine.
Or
Place.
it's
I'm fine
right
place to
before
put
it. I
it.
think it's right there.
It's fine. I'll keep it there. We get to see Darth. Like you get different presences of Vader in each one of these, where it's like, all right, you get to see him visually be a badass, and you get to kind of almost feel him be a badass in this one.
Yeah.
But we kind of can't really feel like what they feel, so I'm gonna knock it just because of that. All right, so we have Ezra versus the fifth brother.
This was not a memorable fight.
No. uh,
I couldn't care less. See. I think you need to bump the Luminara. I don't fucking know. Yeah, I think that should be. Yeah, I think that's good.
all right. Back to the Kenobi series, we
This is a
have.
weird fight. I don't even know where to put
I
this.
I love this fight. I think this fight is super underrated. Where you have young Anakin training, yeah, young
58-year
Anakin,
old, 20-year-old Anakin.
yeah, with a sparring duel against Obi-Wan.
Yeah, but the
I
edits
think
go
this fight.
harder than the scene.
I think the worst part about the scene is the jumping back and forth, and we don't get to see the entire scene play out at once. I think it would have been a better scene if it played out at once. But you also get to see they put into the choreography Anakin slashing down on Obi-Wan the same way that Luke was slashing down on Vader in the sixth movie before he cut his hand off. I think this is a really good scene. I think it means a lot to the fans seeing this. I think we getting to see Anakin more in live action, kind of toying with the dark side, is really cool to see.
Where do you put it? Where do you want to put it?
That's the question, ain't it? That's what we're here for.
I mean, that's exactly what we're here for.
I think if there was an A minus, it would go into A minus.
Yeah, so that's the tricky. Does it be the front of B or the back of A?
I think the fact that it's live action and they brought choreography from other movies
It's
and
the front of B. Got it.
and probably dialogue that I'm missing and forgetting about off the top of my head. I'm thinking it goes into the last one in A.
I can work with that. It's like an A minus B plus. So.
Yeah.
All right. This
Okay,
is
what
the
in
death
the hell
of
is
the.
going on in
This
that
is the
picture?
death of the Grand Inquisitor.
Okay.
So
We get to see. We're gonna call it that. So we're gonna say the Grand Inquisitor versus Ezra and Kanan. The Grand Inquisitor takes Ezra out of the fight. I think Kanan thinks for a brief second that he lost Ezra, and they kind of have this moment where it's like, the Grand Inquisitor says you have nothing left to fight for, and Kanan's like, I have everything left to fight for now because I'm not afraid of anything anymore. I'm not afraid of losing the person that I was scared to lose this whole time. And then he gets the upper hand on the Grand Inquisitor, and they kind of have like a banter back and forth, being like, basically the Grand Inquisitor tells him, you should be scared shitless of Darth Vader.
they did him dirty in live action.
Yeah, I think, like, all right, you wanted to bring back the voice actor, that's great. But, like, you go from the third movie
Yeah,
his
we've
species
had their
looks and-
species in the shit, dude.
But I don't think that's taking away from this. I think this was actually a phenomenal fight. Also,
I think-
Kanan adapting and using Ezra's like blaster lightsaber.
I hate
Went
that
pretty
fucking
hard.
lightsaber.
Yeah, it also fell apart like it was a toy.
No. I think this is the
Um,
front of B. It's clear cut the best
Absolutely
thing
in
in
front
B.
Yeah, I think so too.
Uh-oh.
This is awkward. We're having issues now. I don't know what to do.
That worked out so perfect.
All right. So we have Kanan versus
The
Temple
Grand
Guard
Inquisitor.
/ Grand Inquisitor.
I think this is significantly less important. It means
Well,
something.
I think meaning's there, but the fight isn't there.
Yeah.
It's not much of a duel. It's a lot more talking than dueling.
It's like a B, but I don't know where. Mid-back B.
I'm thinking the end of B.
Yeah, like it's better than everything in C, but that's not saying a lot.
Okay.
All right, this is
So we have
sister, brother,
Third sister.
sister, brother,
Maul.
Kanan, Maul. This is the
So okay.
the Sith
Time
temple
out.
scene.
Yes, we have Kanan, Ezra, Darth Maul, second sister, and fifth brother.
And
Right.
technically Ahsoka, but she hasn't
And
showed
Ahsoka.
up yet.
Yeah.
And
We'll just-
technically
we'll-
a big bad boy
listen.
at the end, but we're getting ready to get to that.
We'll include Ahsoka because she was at least there when everybody else was on screen. Talking about Big Boy later, but we'll include Ahsoka in this scene.
I think this
we
fight's
get to
okay.
see- I think it's really good, and we get to see that the Inquisitors were kind of like trying to figure out if Maul was still alive, and they finally did. And we get to see Maul. It's like, oh, is he gonna help? Is he not? And then he blinds Kanan, which is crazy. Which was the best thing to ever happen to Kanan. Kinda
Well, I
crazy to say
wouldn't
that.
say that.
Well, I think he reached untapped potential because of this.
He lost the fear. He
Yeah.
let go.
Yeah, and
But I don't know
yeah,
if that
okay,
means it
him-
should
him-
be higher than B. I think this should be
I'm
like right before Anikan
Jesus,
or right
I think-
before Cads.
I think right.
It's not as good as the first
I think
fight
maybe- I
between
think
Vader and the other two. All right, I'm just going to
Okay.
go ahead. This is the second best fight we've had so far.
the second best.
This is S number 2.
Really,
I really, really think that.
yeah.
I think this is S number 2. First off, the fight's fantastic. The meaning's fantastic. She doesn't believe it's Vader until she cuts his mask. The glowing of his eye, the world between worlds. There's so much shit that happens, and it's so fantastic. Yeah.
Like,
There's lightning all around. The scene is cool as fuck. Like, they fucking killed this scene. This is what makes
You said-
Rebels so good and so underrated.
Yeah, I think you said it perfectly.
Yeah. And go ahead and shove this fight right behind that fight.
I don't know about that.
This fight is when I love this fucking scene because
Yeah.
it's the bread and butter of Star Wars, of Maul and Obi-Wan at the back ends of their careers, back on Tatooine, and it is a fight for the galaxy, and Maul doesn't know it until it's too late. The symbolism behind I'm Obi-Wan Kenobi, well, I'm Ben Kenobi, I'm Qui-Gon Jinn. The mind trick of Obi-Wan.
You guys catch that?
It's so good, and in the end, for Maul to realize that his arrogance outweighed the significance of what was on Tatooine. He never even knows. He figures out that there's something here that Obi-Wan is willing to die for the fate of the galaxy. And this is all in Rebels.
Yeah, by the way, talking about a show that literally, like, I feel like nobody's watched.
I think this is... It's either the third or the fourth best fight we've seen. I think it's better than Ahsoka and Maul. It's not as good of a fight. The meaning is way more.
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of this has been based off of the fight. And this is not...
This is my one argument that the significance is better. I've made my case. You could try to argue.
Okay, if you want to
it's
put it
S tier.
really...
We're not arguing that.
Okay, that's fine.
And the lowest I'll take it is right before Mace Windu's.
I was thinking either right before or right after, because
then it's
with
before.
the Mace, I think it's after, because with the Mace Windu fight, you have Anakin having the choice of choosing to be Anakin or choosing to be Darth Vader in that scene, which is I think the Maul fight should go after that one.
I love this scene so fucking much.
I know. And I think I'm giving it a good spot putting it there. I think you're bringing the meaning up super high. I do think the duel, even though the meaning of the duel means so much with, like you said, him being Obi-Wan versus being Ben versus being Qui-Gon, I think that brings so much more meaning with the duel itself.
Obi-Wan loses this fight, nothing happens. The Empire is forever.
I'm thinking it goes there. I really do. You have the choice right here that determines.
See, but I think,
Order 66,
and I'll say this is a hot take. If Mace Windu wins this fight, the Jedi still fall.
Okay. This seems like a different topic for a different video.
If Mace Windu wins this fight, the Jedi still fall. Because the only Jedi that they trust is Anakin.
I think different video topic, buddy. You just figured out a new topic real quick.
Hey, I think it's ahead of that one.
I really want to put it behind it. Because I think you have Anakin making his decision. Order 66 happens.
Fine. Fuck you. Fine.
Okay.
God damn it. All right.
All right.
We're going to get hate for these next,
Listen. The little bit of a circle.
I think this is the front of B.
Oh. No.
Not the front, but in the front side of B. I think this is better than Cad Bane.
It's better than Cad Bane.
It's better than the one in front of it.
I can't go past this one.
I think this Ahsoka Grievous fight's too high.
I don't.
I think it's behind the next two.
You think it should go in between these two?
Yeah. It's way less significant than those. The only thing that's keeping the Reva one up high is the visuals and Vader. And then I think Obi-Wan... Yeah. Oh, so you flopped the Ahsoka and the other one, too. I love how when we make a change, it's always like a drastic change. It's never like, all right, we'll flip these. It's like, move that one 5.
Well, it's not like we moved one down at all. I don't think we moved a single one down.
Yeah, we moved the one down. The one that was in A. We moved the Anikan one.
Oh, yeah, that one we moved. That's the only one we moved, significant.
I mean, this Ahsoka one we just moved, 5. And Cad Bane was at the... Well, that's the other thing. Moving's a little weird. It's just because they were at the front of their list and they've been booted back. So, it's a little different. Okay.
I think this is a good spot. Visuals, obviously, like all right, it's 1977, not phenomenal. His little
Yeah, there's a
twirl that
fan.
he
There's a
had,
fan that made a better one.
that little twirl that he has that he just spins in a circle.
Yeah.
But dude, it was Star Wars. It was the Star Wars movie, and yeah, I
Okay.
think that's a good place.
These
for
next two are rough.
Yay! Empire Strikes Back. Luke and Vader for the first time.
I
I am your
think.
father.
I don't think it's S.
I was thinking kind of here.
I was thinking the front of A.
I think
And
I
this
am
is-
your father. Listen,
And this is a
listen.
personal thing. I like the sixth movie better. I think the sixth movie fight is better.
Yeah, I do too. I think we can get away.
Probably gonna get shit, but yeah, I don't disagree with that. I feel like the A tier is kind of crazy. Like it's like the jump from S to A is astronomical. Like I think the jumps between A and B are insane, and the jumps between S and A are insane.
I moved this one up a little bit more. I think it's better than this fight.
I do as well. Ooh, is it better than
I think it is.
No, is it better than the next one?
Oh.
Actually, I take it back. I think the fifth movie one's better than the Dooku one too. Should that be the front of A? Should the Dooku Obi-Wan Anakin be the front of A?
I'm fine with this.
That makes the weight of A lot better. Like, 'cause
Yeah.
that's like an A minus.
I flip these.
Or no,
two as well.
an A plus.
I flip these two as well.
Yeah, see, I feel like that. Yeah, I think that's a good flip.
I think the meaning in this one's super significant, and then
I think
just
that fight's just better.
the fight's better. The visuals are better. I mean, you have 83, and then obviously like
We're gonna get
a
shit
lot
for
newer.
this.
Yeah. All right.
Jesus fuck. Okay.
I don't think. Listen,
This
I
is
don't think
the
this
front
one's the
of
worst
C.
Okay.
I think
I'm
I
okay
don't
with
think
that.
it's B. It's the front of C. This
No.
one is no, just fucking no. This is the most unnecessary fucking fight in history. I don't give a fuck. I know there's
Tyler,
other famous podcast
I wanna-
shit. Fuck.
I want to save this category for one specific fight.
Just put it there.
The one I want to put there.
Yeah. Perfect. Now shove the other one in D as well and put it before that one. No, it's before this is the water fight,
Yeah.
right? This is the best
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah.
I'd honestly
Which
put it in
is
front
sad.
of the lizards or the fucking parasites,
Uh,
but on principles, fuck it, it's staying there. No, flip it back. Fuck this. All right,
Okay,
this
whatever.
fight. This fight's mid.
yeah, it's not great.
I think this is the end of B.
uh,
Oh, actually, I don't know.
this is before Yoda though. I don't think this one's great at all.
It's still.
think,
I liked the visuals when they cut the lights out.
Yeah. I don't think it's great though. I kind of think
Front of
honestly,
C.
I was thinking second and C.
No, that's disrespectful. Switch it. That's disrespectful to Count Dooku. Please switch it.
It's
right,
not because of
now-
Count Dooku.
This fight is fire. This is like
I'm thinking
mid
here.
B. Yeah, I'm feeling there too. Like it's in front of the blind fight.
Because it's
And
like,
then-
all right, I'm going to show you how much more powerful I've become since I've been your Padawan. And Yoda still's like, nah.
Nah, that's
And
whack.
then they fight, and then Dooku's like, ah, shit, still can't beat this little green guy.
Yeah, and then I think this last one is a good B somewhere.
I love that. It's the first fight with all three of them.
This is in the movie,
You
right?
get this, yeah, the Clone Wars movie. I'm thinking end of B. Well, I'm kind of thinking here.
Aw.
Uh,
Yeah, I feel there. Like it's a
okay.
nothing burger. um. Yeah. Okay. So let's just start from the bottom. That fight's dog shit. I don't give a fuck. Um.
You can literally
Honestly, I
look
think
up
you
a
should put
video
those. I
on.
think you should put the one above it also in that. I think those two fights are fucking. They are the
I
only
think.
thing about them
Listen.
is the camera is a $45,000 camera. Everything else is
Yeah.
god awful.
Okay. Visuals are fantastic. Like you said, cameras were the best cameras that have been on this list.
Choreography's dog shit.
Yeah, you can literally watch a breakdown of the fucking bottom one, and it's literally the most horrendous thing ever.
Let's just
This at least
let's just skip
this
all
has
of this. Let's just talk about the S
this
tiers.
this has at least meaning, where it's like I'm like
Yeah, but it's shit.
Okay.
It's a shit
yeah,
choice.
I don't disagree, but I don't think it's anywhere close to this piece of shit. Because it's like, dude, this is a piece of shit, and
That's
then
what.
this
By
is
the
a
way, that's what we named the
even bigger piece
category,
of shit.
and then we changed it because we were like, we're not
Yeah.
gonna do that. Let's just fuck all these. Like these are all fine. They're good fights. Let's talk about S.
Let's just skip A through no, just no. And go to F.
Yeah, fuck it. I legitimately think from the fights I can remember off of my head, these like how many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. These are the 12 best fights in Star Wars.
Yeah.
I don't think it's close.
I honestly could see this one going up before this one.
I kind of.
'Cause I think so because I think this holds more meaning behind it.
it does,
it's
but I
literally-
like the other one better.
I
So
think
if you
once
want to
he
flip it,
starts-
that's fine. I don't mind.
I
Flipping
think-
it.
I think once he starts just throwing the Senate seats at him, it's just like, okay, like, yeah, I think this is the better decision here. I think this fight has more meaning. This fight's stick. This fight literally makes the story in chronological order the story. This holds so much meaning within 10 seconds. It's insane.
Next three are just fantastic fights.
Right.
And then that scene is that whole episode.
The whole arc. The whole arc.
Yeah, it's just
It's
probably
just
the top 3, top 5 arcs in Clone Wars.
Yeah.
This Rebels one is cry worthy.
Yep. Absolutely.
And I mean, yeah, and then you have that. I mean, that's
Yeah.
going to be hard to top. So, yeah, I think this has been a kind of a long episode. So, yeah.
I mean, comment below what you think. Like,
Yeah, guys, yell at us. I know there's going to be issues. So,
yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a few.
and if one of your answers is, I don't even know, I've never seen Rebels, I could care less about your opinion. No, I'm joking. Yeah, comment below your favorite scene in Star Wars and why.
Go watch. And just another reminder: go watch Rebels. Stop putting it off. Just go watch it. You won't regret it.
Yeah. You want to close this one out?
It's been Mind Trick Media, guys.